Hi, everyone. My name is Stacey Ajum. I'm a marketing manager here at Siegel Scientific. Thanks for joining us today for our session, Mobile Printing with BarTender. Today's session will be presented in English, regardless of the language you heard when logging on. And everyone who registered for this presentation will receive access to the recording later on. So please keep an eye out for that. And we will have a live Q&A at the end of the webinar. So please, throughout the session, if you have any questions, submit them and our presenters will get to them either during or after the webinar. And for our presenters today, our lead presenter is Roberto Posado, sales engineer. And we'll also have on the line Lee Stevens, senior sales engineer, and Stephen Watkins, the second sales engineer. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to Roberto.
Thank you, Stacey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It really depends on where you're located and where you're joining us from. First of all, I want to thank you for jumping in this session today, Mobile Printing with BarTender. This is a new webinar series that we are hosting. Steven started Monday with label creation with BarTender. Lee did an amazing job yesterday with automating with BarTender. Now my job today is, let's talk about mobile printing with BarTender. Why is this so important? You think about this, we're trying to save your workers or everybody's steps. The easier you get to your templates, the easier your job is, right? The less steps you have to do to get to a template, the time you save. The time we save is the money the company saves. And overall, it's an enormous benefit to be able to click and print from any device, right? From any computer, from any browser, from a mobile app. Doesn't that sound amazing? Now let's talk about mobile printing and how we achieve this with BarTender today, okay? Let's go over the agenda. We're gonna start off explaining what Print Portal is. I know some of you know what Print Portal is, some of you don't know what Print Portal is, but this is the companion app that allows us to achieve mobile printing. I'll explain what editions you could run Print Portal on, because it could be run on multiple, BarTender comes in multiple editions, but what editions could use Print Portal, that's important to know. We're going to talk about our new product, BarTender Cloud, and how we achieve mobile printing from there and using the power of the cloud. We're going to talk about the BarTender mobile app, how this could be installed on Android devices and iOS devices. We're going to follow this up with a demo where we're going to do all of this. We're going to show a label and we're going to take all of this to mobile printing. And then we're going to finish off with questions and answers. So this is something fundamental, everybody. I like taking the second here and stopping myself and saying, you have 3 sales engineers that work for Siegel Scientific today on the line. If you have any question regarding mobile printing, automation, label design, please ask those questions. Take advantage of this time that you have with us. Ask those questions, we'll get to them, and there are going to be some questions we're going to leave at the end of the webinar so we could do a quick Q&A, show and tell. So let's get started. Let's go over what is Print Portal. Now, Print Portal is a companion app that comes with BarTender. BarTender is not just one software, it's multiple companion apps that do specific things. So if we think about it, Print Portal is our print from any browser, any device, any computer, anywhere, anytime. Leveraging Windows IIS, we are basically hosting BarTender on a website that allows us to quick access to our labels. So no limitation anymore, right? Where you have to have BarTender installed, you don't have to have it installed. You could reach and hit those labels from any modern browser, from any OS, from any device. Giving you the option to click and print. Just keep mentioning that. Give you the option to do data entry. You need to scan something and then print. Well, you could still do it from Print Portal. It offers comprehensive security, so you're able to enable SSO here and allow, create that security. Just not going to allow anybody to walk into your house or Print Portal and print. That's why we have security. For the enterprise customers, it comes with the online approval workflow, so it integrates with Librarian. We're going to talk about that later on. As well, at the enterprise level, we have the REST API support. So if you have a business system and you have your labels on Print Portal, your business system could tell Print Portal through programmatically instructions, tell it, I need you to print something for me. But Print Portal are click and print from any browser, from any device. Now, let's understand What edition can I use Print Portal with? BarTender comes in 4 flavors: Starter, Professional, Automation, and Enterprise. Now, what edition can run Print Portal? Before I talk about this is something fundamental to understand. This right here is only available for BarTender 2022. If you're running 10, 10.1, 2016, 2019, 2021, and you want to use Print Portal, you need to update to 2022, okay? Fundamental, 2022 gets you Print Portal at a professional level, automation level, of course, enterprise level. Keep in mind, people that are running 2016, end of support for that is next month. April the 30th, you will be your support. You will not be able to pick up the phone and talk to us. So this is another reason for you to update to BarTender 2022. And if you don't know how to do it, pick up the phone, email us. We're going to help you get to the latest and greatest. Now let's talk about what edition can run Print Portal. If you could see, all Professional, Automation, and Enterprise can run Print Portal. All of them can do the remote printing. All of them have the search and organize the files. All of them have the driverless printing. Now, if you're planning on using this inside of your network, and you're not going to expose it to the internet, I think Professional or the automation is sufficient, depending on if you need to automate or depending on other features. But if you need the mobile printing through Print Portal without exposing to the internet, then Automation Professional might be the right option. But if you do require this to be accessible from the outside, from the internet, let's say you want to expose this to suppliers, vendors, or other people, you don't want them to access your network, then you need to expose this Print Portal. And my advice is this is only at the enterprise level, where you actually have full security access. You're able to set up security. You're able to set up SSO. The other aspect of it is the fact that it's integrated with Librarian. So all of your document control is automatically integrated at the enterprise level with Print Portal. If you're printing from the internet, you probably want central logging. That is only available with Enterprise. So everything that gets printed gets logged into one single database. We only offer that at enterprise level. Again, the back office integration or customization through REST API or a full .NET is only available at the enterprise level. So hopefully this gives you an idea of the capacity you have with Print Portal at a professional, automation, and enterprise level. And it'll help you make a purchasing decision if you decide to purchase our BarTender. Now, let's talk about this new product, BarTender Cloud. It is our new product. It is leveraging the power of the cloud, and it's another way of printing whenever, from wherever you need it, using the power of the cloud. Think about this. Now, you don't have to install anything. All you have to do is purchase a subscription, log into your BarTender Cloud, and click and print. Somewhere, it's a central location using cloud to print and manage your labels efficiently. You're able to create custom compliant labels with no design. We have this amazing template library. We're more than, I don't even know the number anymore. I remember hearing it was like 400 templates. It could be more. I could be mistaken, but there's a lot of templates. You're able to just go in there without design concept and print them and create them in print. Another way of centrally managing your users. So let's say you need to expose templates to somebody. Cloud is a great option. You give them access as a print operator and they click and print. They will log in. Onboarding is super easy because, again, it's a SaaS product. You don't have to install anything. We have done that for you. All you have to do is pay for that subscription. We include REST API support. So if you have a business system, this business system could send instructions to the cloud and tell it, hey, I need you to print this label, this printer, this amount of copies. And that is using our cloud. Again, cloud gives you the capability of the mobility, right? Because you now are able to print. You could go anywhere. As long as you have internet and a computer and a browser, you're going to be able to click and print. Now, everything is tied together with our BarTender mobile app. It only works with BarTender 2022. So if you plan on using any handheld, wearable, tablets, vehicle mounted, you have to be on BarTender 2022. You think about this, why it's, I've seen the benefit at this, talking with customers where I know how big these warehouses are. You think about these 3PL warehouses or anyone that works in the logistics space. These warehouses are enormous. And walking to a product and printing is always going to be a challenge. And let's say you have to walk to the product and you see a defective barcode and you need to print that barcode. In some occasions, people have to walk back to the station, print that label, and then go back to that product and put the label. It's a waste of time. You think about how much time you're spending on just walking back and forth for a printing process when you could just save that and have a hip printer and use a tablet and print from there and right there in the spot. All of this available with 2022 because now you could install our mobile app using Android 10.0 or iOS 10.3. And allows you, it truly is, it connects to Print Portal and it retrieves your templates and prints, or you could connect to the cloud and print from there. So it's really giving you the capability of moving around and printing whenever you need it. You think about this for the people that are in clean rooms and you need to have a tablet in that clean room. We have a solution for you now. It's truly where your work is needed to be, saving you time and money. And overall, that is important for all organizations. It's the money we're going to be able to save and in making those processes efficient. So everyone in the organization knows this is how you print and this is how easy it is to print. Let's make it as simple as possible. I think that is what we're trying to achieve with BarTender and providing the mobile app with BarTender 2022. Again, if you are on a if you are in a not supported edition or 2019, 2021, you need to use the mobile app. You need to go to 2022. Okay, now I think we've done we've gone through slides. We explained Print Portal. We explained the cloud. We explained the mobile app. Let's take a look at this in action, don't you feel? Let's escape this presentation mode and let's minimize this. Now with BarTender, I love saying this. Everything starts with a design. It doesn't really matter what you're trying to do. It could be automating. It could be a simple template. But everything starts with the design. You have to put together the template, right? How you envision this, it's going to look, how it's going to print, where is it going to connect. Now, Stephen did an amazing job on Monday. He went through basic template design. I'm going to put together a template, but I'm going to use advanced concepts, right? Because I don't have the luxury of time today to spend it and create a template. I wish I had, but I don't today. So the first thing I want you to notice, it's already connected to my database. This database is using an Azure database, a SQL database, so it's a cloud database. Show you we could connect to a database on the cloud and use it on-prem and use it on our cloud application as well. So a database is connected. Now it's more of getting those objects in. I enjoy using this concept that we call components. Why? Because you create a component, anything inside of the design option here, and you create that component, then you could use that with multiple different labels. You create an object that could be reused and helps you and saves you time. So let's say I have the banner, BarTender mobile printing. I didn't have to type anything. I already done this before. Everything is prepped for you and this for everybody today. So BarTender mobile printing, perfect. I need a data matrix barcode here that would include the lot number, the serial number, expiration date, and other information. I already have it ready to go. Here is my Azure data matrix barcode. And I could show you this is live records. I'm navigating through them right now because the database is already connected. So we could see that, good. Now we're gonna have a couple UDIs because I want to show you UDIs as well. So we're gonna bring in the hand. We're gonna bring in the head, the heart, and then we're gonna bring in another one, which is I think I have one that's called info. We're gonna do info as well. Now this is through components, but let's say if I wanted to add one directly, I could go and simply say symbol or font and use one of the Seagull not drivers, but one of the Seagull. We call these fonts. We're gonna call it fonts, and I'm gonna say let's pick this one and say insert. And then it's more of resizing, and that's how easy it is to add UDIs into the template design. Perfect. Now I do need to know when this was printed, so we're gonna use the menu, which is a black manufacturing icon, very popular in the industry. And then I'm gonna say it's gonna be today's date. drop it in, drag it and drop. And that format is fine. And that is my template. That was pretty simple. That was pretty fast. That was pretty efficient. That is what BarTender is. It makes your life easy, makes everything ready to go. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, the barcodes, everything is there for you. Okay, so now I know I could print. So if I do print preview, Steven was talking about print preview. It is a lifesaver. Oh, you could see it's printing all 13 records all at once. And we could see how the dynamic data is being populated into the barcode and it feeds my template. Now, I am going to tell it I want it to actually bring a record picker because I want the operator, this is the interaction that I want the operator to have. I want them to select at print time. So when it does a preview, I'm gonna do a preview again, it's gonna bring up my record picker that is connecting to a database that is in the cloud. Somebody else's cloud is not my cloud, it's not the BarTender cloud, but it's the Microsoft cloud. So I know I could pick this, and then I'll preview, and those are the records that I'll print. Now, my template is basically ready to go. It's more of me pushing it to the right place and the right location. Okay, so if you remember from the second slide, we talked about at an enterprise, automation, and professional level. Now, I'm going to save it for those customers that are on an enterprise level. So for the customer that is an enterprise level, you're going to say save. In this case, I'm going to do save as because I want to, I'm going to save 2 copies. And you're going to save it in Librarian. Our Librarian is our document management system. Instead of having it stored in multiple computers, I centrally store it in the BarTender system database. So I'm going to give it a name. So it's called Mobile Printing Azure, and I'm going to call this Librarian. So I know this is the Librarian version. Within Librarian, there are workflows, and most importantly is the track and trace. We need to know what's happened to the label. So I'm going to say a new label. Please check. Now, this template now is in my Librarian, is centrally stored. Anyone that has access to my my BarTender is going to be able to access this through PrintStation, Print Portal, or any of the companion apps. We're going to see this through Print Portal. Okay, so now it's stored for enterprise customers. Let's do this, save as, again, and we're going to save this at the professional and automation level because automation and professional do not have the integration with Librarian. So we're going to go to my PC. Now, remember I said this is leveraging Windows IIS. So Windows IIS has a specific folder called initpub. And what Windows IIS is basically a service within Windows that allows you to host a website. And we could see the www root. So this is the main root folder for all the websites that Windows IIS is hosting. We could see the main, one of the folders, but ultimately the BarTender one is the one we're interested in. So I know there's a BarTender website. I know there's a www root where all of the templates are located. And inside of my www root, I see multiple folders that could be used through Print Portal. So I see my mobile printing with BarTender. Now, again, this is at an automation and professional level. I have to save it inside of the main root folder for Windows IIS. So I'm going to say, in this case, it's going to be called Auto Pro, because I know this is using automation and pro. And it's going to be stored inside of the mobile printing with BarTender. I'm going to save that. So now I have a copy in Librarian. Now I have a copy in the Windows folder. Now it's more of me going to Print Portal and showing you this now. Print Portal, 2 ways of getting to it. One would be clicking on Start, going to BarTender 2022, and then we would see what we use as Print Portal. I'm not going to click on that, but I'm going to bring my Firefox over. Here's my Firefox, and then we're going to go to my Print Portal. And this is Print Portal, everybody. Now, one of the things I notice here, this is the graphic interface. I'm accessing this from Firefox. It could be used on any other browser. It's telling me I do not have any root folders. So we're going to add those root folders. We're going to go to the administrative setup. If you want to enable security, this is where you're going to enable security. If you want remote printing, this is where you enable remote printing. We're not going to dive into that today. There is a webinar in our YouTube channel that goes over all of this. It's a webinar that's exclusively just Print Portal. Today's mobile printing, so we want to achieve mobile printing. If you want to get more information on that, let us know and we'll send you that link. So we're going to go to the root folders and we're going to say, okay, the first root folder I need to add is going to be the librarian folder, okay? Because we want to show this at a professional, at an enterprise level. The second folder we're going to add is going to be the folder that we are using for the auto and professional level, okay? We're going to do okay, we're going to save, and we're going to go now to the root folder, to the main site. Now, look at this. We have the librarian integration and we have the mobile printing for BarTender. This is at an enterprise level. This is at a professional and automation level. So first, let's go to the mobile printing at an enterprise level. Now we could see, it shouldn't show up immediately, but let's refresh this. And we are seeing now the mobile printing, and we could see here, mobile printing librarian is that template that I just saved, right? So once we click on this, this is now going to take us to our template, the one that I created, and it's going to bring us our record picker. And we are going to get to the print console where we're able to select and click on. See, we now are taking us to the print console. Typically, I use Chrome. Not a fan of Firefox, but ultimately what happens here is that the template would load. I'm able to pick what printer I want to use and how many copies. Once I click preview, again, what's going to happen is going to bring up my record picker, and then I would be able to select from those records which ones do I want. Now, same concept. I'm not going to print this one right now, but I'm going to go back. Now, this is at an enterprise level. And we could see the mobile printing now. Let's take a look at the second folder, which is my mobile printing Azure Auto Pro. And the same concept, right? We now are able to click and print on the template. It's going to take us to the console, and we are going to be able to access the template and preview and print from there. Perfect. I think that demonstrates the print portal now through the browser. Now, let's take a look at the cloud application. Let's log into my cloud application. Again, everybody, if you do have questions, I know you're going to have questions, take advantage. We're here for the next another 20 minutes. Lee is going to be able to answer, or Stephen is going to be able to answer all your questions. If not, we're going to get to them at the end of the webinar. I'm going to click on login here. Now I'm going to say don't save. And this is my cloud application. Now I am going to go strictly to my managed files. And what I'm going to do is say, not this, not this. We're going to create a new folder. Not template, Roberto, you're going the wrong direction here. So we're going to say new, and I want to create a new folder, and not under my tree, but under the main Siebel tree. I'm going to say new folder. I'm going to call this mobile printing. Mobile printing will create. Now we have a folder called mobile printing. Now inside of that folder, I'm going to go and upload my template. I'm going to say file upload. And I'm going to go and search within the init pub. It's already there, and I could see my mobile printing with Azure Auto Pro. I'm going to do open. That is going to upload my template. It's telling me right now it's uploading the template. And what will happen is the same concept. I would see my template now, the one I just created on Designer, took it to Print Portal. Now I'm taking it to the cloud. And here again, this time we're going to do print, so we could get the record picker again. And what's going to happen is we're going to get the record picker. We're going to say, I'm going to print this record, and I'm going to do finish. And that is the concept of printing. You could see this one right here is Print Portal. This is my computer. I'm running BarTender. This one is the cloud. This is on the cloud. It's run by BarTender. All you have to do is upload your templates or create your template and click print. Isn't that cool? Okay, now this is through a browser. You promised something about mobile printing, right, Roberto? We haven't seen a mobile app yet. So again, the concept is that we're going to print the template that I created using the mobile app. Instead of using the browser, we're going to use the mobile app. So give me a second here. Let me connect to this mobile app and screencast. We're gonna do allow. Let me bring this over. Give me a second. It's an app that I use that allows me to cast my iPhone. And we're gonna start the broadcast here. And we're gonna go once the broadcast starts, we are going to go full screen, and then we're gonna demonstrate the mobile app. So we are now connected. We could see, get me out of there, and then we could see my phone. Let's maximize this. There we go, that looks much better. Okay, so within the mobile device here, I have my mobile app here. You could see BarTender mobile app. Before, I'm gonna go and explain something to you. We're gonna go into the Chrome. We're gonna go in Chrome first, and I have a bookmark here, which is my print portal. Now, we could see mobile printing with BarTender, and we could see the template there. We're gonna go back, we're gonna go home, we could see librarian, and we're gonna see the mobile printing as well. So we're able to access those templates, no problem. Now, let's go back home. Notice in the URL, it says 192.168.0.115/bartender/browse. I'm gonna copy that. Now, remember at my computer, I was using localhost, but that's my computer. And I'm talking, and the localhost is on my computer. So for BarTender, for any other mobile device to be able to pick up and go to that print portal, they need to use the IP associated with that computer. So that's why it's 192.168.0.115. That is my internal IP. So now I could go into the mobile app. And the first thing the mobile app is going to tell you is, you could see the cloud is there already. We see cloud, but we're not going to do cloud first. We're going to do the mobile app first, the print portal first. We're going to add the site. We're going to say Roberto's print portal. And we're going to copy and paste the URL, which is HTTP, the IP address /bartender/browse. We're going to done. We're going to save. This is going to go and save and connect to that site because I am on the network. So now I am able to go to mobile printing, click on the mobile printing label. Again, it's going to bring my print console view, and it's going to allow me to prick between any of the printers that are associated in my network. I'm going to do the saddle, and I'm going to do preview. Ultimately, it's going to bring up the record picker, and it's going to tell me what record do you want to print, Roberto? Come on, BarTender, today. Once we get to the record picker, it's the same concept that we saw today from the mobile, from the browser. There we go. Here's my record picker. So I'm going to say, I want to print them all, and then I click finish, and that will spool up. Now, today I'm going to cancel because we've seen this already, how it prints. Now, we've seen how to connect to the print portal, not print port, Roberto, but you get the idea, right? We're going to edit. I don't want to delete that. So now let's do the cloud. Now for the cloud, we again need to sign in. Posada at Siegel Scientific. If I could spell, people, scientific.com. And then we're going to do my password. I'm not going to tell you my password. And we're going to sign in. And what's going to happen is I'm going to see my cloud application. I could see my managed files. I'm going to go to the mobile printing. I'm able to hit my template, which is my mobile printing template I just uploaded March the 8th. It's going to take me back to the print console view. And then I would be able to use any of the printers associated or available within my gateway. And I could see a couple remote printers, and I could see the PDF printer here. Use the PDF today. I'm going to do one copy of this. And it's not even do one copy, but we'll do a preview so you could see. And again, it's going to bring us to our record picker. We're going to say 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do finish. And this is going to, it's not going to spool up because I think I did preview. And what's going to bring us is the preview of those templates that I want to print. And this is pretty much how we achieve mobile printing using BarTender, leveraging Print Portal, leveraging the cloud application. Let me exit this. I'm going to confirm in the session. Now we're going to jump back into the presentation mode just to continue on. We're going to go back to the presentation mode. And we're going to share some resources, and then we're going to continue with the Q&A. So Great, right? We talked about mobile printing. I hope everybody was excited about this. It was an amazing demo. Let's go and talk about resources, because there might be resources or something that you might need that you did not see today. So what we have is the first thing I'll share with you is our support site. Tons of tutorials, tons of technical guides, everything there for you to take advantage of. Everything you could imagine. If you want to see videos on Print Portal, they're going to be there. If you want to see technical guides on Print Portal, it's going to be there. If you want to see a video of mobile printing, it's going to be there. All of it you could find at our support site. Technical guides, tutorial guides. The other thing that I like is the community forums. The forums allows us to interact with you. So if you have any question, type that question in. Well, somebody is going to be able to respond to you. Now, after listening to me today, and if you're running an older version of BarTender, you want to get to 2022, and you don't want to talk to us, you could do it through the portal. You could get a quote on an upgrade to your existing license. If you want to add printers, if you want to download BarTender 2022, you could do it from the portal. Portal is a good self-service place. Now, that doesn't mean you can't call us, you can't email us. Please do. We're here to help out. If you have any questions or any doubts after this webinar, pick up that phone, email us. We're gonna help you out. Okay. Now, the last part of it is I want to talk about is maintenance and support and professional services. So why is it a benefit to have maintenance and support? Some of you might not have maintenance and support. If you don't have maintenance and support, you're not able to update to 2022, meaning that you cannot get Print Portal. So this is a reason why you should be on maintenance and support. Every year we launch a new product. So this year we're going to probably see BarTender 23. If you're on maintenance and support, you'll be able to update to that version. If you want to add printers, you have to be on maintenance and support. If you want to upgrade from professional to automation or automation to enterprise because you want to expose the Print Portal to the internet, then you have to be on maintenance and support. So those are reasons why you have to be on maintenance and support and why it's a benefit for you. And support provides two options, standard and premium. Now, if you want us to help you set up your Print Portal, or if you want us to set up mobile printing for you, we are able to offer that through professional services. It's more of you giving us a call, letting us know, hey, you know what, after seeing this webinar Roberto did about mobile printing, I think it's a good idea to expose my Print Portal to the outside, but I have no expertise on how to do this. Can you help me with this? And of course, professional service could do that for you. So it's more of picking up the phone and letting us know, okay? Hope everyone liked the webinar today. I hope everyone enjoyed the demo. We are going to get to one of my favorite parts, and Lee's favorite part as well, is the questions. So Lee, do we have questions today?
Yes, Roberto, and by the way, as usual, you did an excellent job. I always enjoy watching your webinars. So first question came up. I print labels pulling data from an Access database. Currently, they have to prompt to put in the identifier, so it sounds like they're doing a query. Will Print Portal work with this?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So for example, I could have gone here right now, and I could have, let's switch over to the label that I was working on. I could have gone to the database and created a filter. And let's say within that filter, what I want to filter is based on G10, because that's the data I have. It's a G10 product number, serial, and lot. So let's say what I want is to tell me, I want you to ask or create a new query prompt for, in this case, G10. So instead, I'm gonna have to use something else here. IP, let's use IP for this one. You do okay. So what's gonna happen, instead of the record picker, the first thing is gonna prompt me once I print, is gonna ask me for that specific value, and I kind of lost that right near. It should be, let me minimize this because here it is, data entry. So it's gonna ask me for the G10. So that way, once that person from PrintStation clicks on the template, he's going to be asked for this. This prompt is going to ask him, which G10 do you want? That's going to filter the right G10, and then it's going to print the record that you need. I hope that answers the question. I think it does, right, Lee?
I think it does, yeah. So another question came in. They'd like us to talk about the software license and printer licenses. So maybe you want to explain how BarTender is licensed and how BarTender Cloud is licensed.
Real good. Let me bring out presentation first, because I always guide myself through this. So we're going to go to another of my presentations, and we're going to go to this one. So we're going to talk about this one first. You're still seeing my screen, right, Lee?
Yes.
Okay, so BarTender on-prem is licensed by printer with unlimited users. That being starter, that being professional, that being automation, that being enterprise. We do not care how many printers this has, not printers, how many computers this is installed on. We care how many printers you're able to use, okay? Now, this is possible because of the licensing solution. The licensing solution allows you to have as many users or computers running BarTender inside of the network. So when you purchase BarTender and you install it the first time, that computer, that VM, that server, that desktop automatically becomes a licensed server. That licensed server doesn't mean that it cannot create templates or print. Yes, but in reality, you think about it, other people in the organization would want to use that service. So instead of having another key, they leverage the BarTender license server that is broadcasting that service across the network. So if you're on the same LAN, you could download BarTender, activate BarTender, and click and print if you have authorization to use the printers. So let's say that our enterprise license is for 5 printers. You have 5 printers to spread across the organization. Now, this is inside of the LAN. If it's outside of the LAN, you would have to VPN into this network, and then you will be able to take advantage of the licensing solution. Now, printer based, right? So you purchase the edition plus how many printers you're planning on using. Now with the cloud, let's go to the cloud. Not this one, let's go, I think I was using Firefox. So we're gonna go to BartSiegelScientific.com, and we are going to go, and I'll explain what the cloud is a bit different because it's not printer based. We're going to click on the pricing. It's pretty much how many templates I'm able to print per year. So it's a subscription model. So depending, we have 2 tiers of this, and you could get more information. So with the cloud, I have the capability of printing up to 10,000 labels, 50,000 labels. If you need more than 100,000 labels, let us know. We could get you pricing. But with the cloud, pricing is per label, not per printer. Okay? Lee, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
so
good. I thought I lost you.
No, I was typing a response and I muted myself very quickly. So folks, we have lots of great questions coming in and we're going to answer as many of them as we can. Keep them coming. If we can't answer them during this session, we will be doing follow-ups and everybody will get copies of all of the questions. So I'm seeing a lot of questions coming in, Roberto, on how the printers are being accessed. So things like, hey, on the mobile app or print portal, when you pulled up the printers, is it showing the printers that are attached to the server or to the station? How is that working? And I'm thinking you may want to show the print gateway service maybe.
Yes, so with BarTender, okay, we're gonna go first, we're gonna go here, okay. So with Print Portal, when you do mobile printing from the browser with Print Portal, if we go here and click on a template and click print, it's gonna tell us to install the client print service. Now, this client print service is the same for cloud. So what happens is it's a thin client that is installed on that Windows computer or that computer. And what it does, it enables the communication between the printers on the server side and that client, right? So if you think about this, BarTender Print Portal is installed, multiple drivers are installed, that the server knows. Oh, I know this Avery XL925 is used by shipping. So I'm going to enable this for this computer or other computers. This allows other people that are using Print Portal to leverage this Avery printer. The other thing too it enables is printers that are connected directly to that machine. So if you see, if I had a USB printer here connected, then the gateway or the client print service is the one that is going to enable the communication between print station and that local printer. So that is what allows me to see printers on my computer. You're going to see the same thing with printers on the server because I am the computer and the server. So when your client connects, he'll see printers on his computer. You could limit the access to printers on the servers if you wanted to. So that is how it is done through Print Portal. Through the mobile, through cloud is basically the same concept. And I'm going to go back to the managed file so you could see the concept again. So this is the cloud. Let me close that. We're going to go to the mobile printing from the cloud. Double click on this. And it's going to tell me the same thing. I'll see my gate. This one is called the Print Gateway Service, but in essence, it's the same thing. It's just the name is different because one is for Print Portal and one's for cloud. But this is the one that enables the communication between the local printers and the cloud instance, allowing you to print to any local printer. Now, for the mobile device, and unfortunately I disconnected the mobile device. The mobile device, if it's leveraging Print Portal, then it will automatically pick up all of the printers that are associated with the server. The same thing with cloud. But if you want to use a local printer, let's say Bluetooth, most likely it's going to be Bluetooth, that printer should be paired before with the iPhone before connecting to the cloud or Print Portal through the mobile app. So it could be accessible from the device.
Okay, I think that was an excellent explanation. And folks, just to let you know, if you tomorrow you should be getting an email with a link to both the recording of this session plus Roberto's slide deck. So be on the lookout for that email. If you were registered for any of our earlier sessions, you should already have the one for Designer that was Stephen did on Monday, and the one I did yesterday. You should be getting an email shortly today with the link to that recording and slide deck. And Roberto, we've had a lot of great compliments on this session.
Thank you, everybody.
And for all of the sessions, actually. So this is great. Okay, does the Cloud BarTender work with the integration service? A lot of questions coming in on BarTender Cloud.
I don't mind showing it. Do we want to see REST API for the cloud?
Yeah, why don't we do that really fast?
Okay, so let me go to the cloud. Okay, so this is my cloud application, right? Let's go back. Let's go back here. Let's go to manage files. Now, the idea with the cloud and the automation aspect of it is we don't have the concept as integration builder as we're used to, right? We're all so comfortable with integration builder because it's so cool and it's so easy to use. With cloud, it's a bit complex, if we call it complex. It's not complex. It's just it's a different tool set that we're going to use, and it's using REST API. So we are going to let me show you this palette label. The idea with this palette label is, and you could see it here. This is my palette label. Would be to print this automatically from a business system. The gateway will let me know what printers I have available. How many copies, right? I could do it right now, but this is static. All of it's static. So if I print this out, if I let's say, let's do one, and I print, it's just going to be static data. The idea would be to make it dynamic, where I'm able to pick printer, when I'm able to print, say, what is the postal code, what is the carrier, what is the PO, what is the department, all of this, right? What we're used to integration builder by dumping a file, or sending a web request, or pushing the data to TCP/IP. Now, So what I'm going to do today and demonstrate today for you and everyone in the webinar is I am going to print this template automatically via instructions from my computer and generate a PDF. And we're going to see the PDF output here. And I'm going to delete these so you could see the new ones coming in. So delete that. And then yesterday, Lee was using a tool called Insomnia, and it's like our go-to tool here. Most of the SEs use this one. Why? It's free and it's really powerful. So I'm going to bring up my Insomnia. Now, two things before we actually do the PDF print. There is two ways of authenticating, right? Not just anybody could go in there and say, hey, I am going to print something via REST API. You need to authenticate like anything else. Like you're not going to open a door. You need the keys. So the keys for BarTender REST API for the cloud is a private application token or registering the web app. So if you have that front end that's going to interact with the cloud, this is what you're going to register. I'm using the token. I'm not going to click on it because it's going to open the token and I can't secure. Obviously, for security purpose, I can't let you see the token. So we're going to go back. Now I know with my token and the endpoint where I'm able to specify the data set. And my endpoint, my token is the one that actually lets me know. The token is the one that allows me to go into the app and then print. Simple as that. It's not complicated. So let's go to the palette. We want a PDF to be outputted. Now, let's bring up my Insomnia post here. So we're going to see the first thing, endpoint. Where am I sending the data to? Well, it's the BarTender Cloud API actions. The token, my bearer token. I'm using YAML in this example. You could use YAML, you could use XML, you could use JSON. Here we could see that is the palette label I want to use, the location, what printer, where, because it's PDF, where do I want the output to go? The name of the BTW file or the output. How many copies do I want? We're not going to do 100 right now. We're going to do 10. And we're going to say the company information. So we're going to switch this to, I don't know, Waldorf and Sons. We've been using Waldorf and Sons for years. So we're going to send that. Now, BarTender, didn't like that at all. Let's switch this one and use this pack. And let me see if I get a 2201. You know what it is?
No.
It's my bearer token is expired.
Yep.
Yep, that's what it is. Let me go get my bearer token. I can't show this on screen, so bear for me for a second here. Manage cloud account. Let me minimize this because it's blocking my view. Cloud view token, refresh token, copy token.
While you're doing that, Roberto, I'm going to answer a few more quick questions here. Question, if the designer template is stored in Librarian and then is updated, does it automatically update all copies of templates used for mobile and cloud application? And the answer is that it will update the templates automatically for anything used with Print Portal. But with the cloud, you would still have to upload the updated template to the cloud. Also, can you use mobile printing on a local network with no internet? And the answer to that is yes. That would be the Print Portal solution, and the mobile apps will work within Print Portal. But if you don't have internet, you're not going to be able to get BarTender Cloud because that's on the internet. So,
okay, I'm back.
Roberto, are you ready?
Yeah, okay. I'm back. So again, this time we got a 201. I'm going to send another job down, and I'm going to do that one for 12. I'm going to keep it as Waldorf and Son, or just do Waldorf, and then we're going to do, this is fine, we'll send that down. So notice we get a 201. That's what we're looking for. A 201 means it's okay, or it's good. Now this is YAML. Let me send another one down if it's JSON, and I'm going to do 150 copies for this one. It's going to be the same palette label. It's Roberto's Pharma, and I'm going to send that down. Now, I've sent those scripts over. I want to test the scripts and see if they're running. And all of them ran to completion. So let's minimize this. Let me bring up my cloud application over again. Here it is. Let's refresh. Let's go to the palette PDF. And we're going to refresh, and we could see the jobs that just came in. Today's timestamp too, so you know I'm not making this up. Today 8/8/8, and we could see the size difference. If we take a look, One is saying palette and the other one is saying output. Before I open them, we're going to go to the JSON format, and I'm calling this one output. The JSON is output, and the YAML is called palette BTW. So this was using YAML, download and open, and we could see this one came with 10 copies. Waldorf and Sons, that's the only data set and the copies that I picked. Let's see the biggest one, which was, I think we did 100 copies, I believe. We're going to open that one, and we could see this one, which 150 copies with Roberto's Pharma, and this was using JSON. And this is how we automatically print from using REST API. Now, the last thing I want to show you with this is, because I got all scripts too, right? Let's do all it for the printers as well. You might want to see the printers that you have available. Oh, obviously. Send that down. Let's use YAML. The bearer tokens was expired. So it's going to take a couple seconds, but this is how I'm exposing printers. Look at this one right here, S. Watkins Corp. I'm able to use Steven's printer. He's located in Virginia, but because the gateway is open, I'm able to use that. I could see another one of Steven's printers, and ultimately I could see all of the printers associated with my gateway from here. Meaning that if I want to replace PDF, that is how I would search for the printer. And I would say, well, I want to use Steven's printer, which is this one right here, and replace that with PDF and then print. Okay, Lee, I think that answers the question for automation, right?
Yeah, I think you did a great job on that. Okay. So here's a question, and I think what you'll want to do is explain a little bit about what a VPN is. They go, how does BarTender Cloud integrate with web applications? Our clients currently have to utilize a VPN tunnel to connect to our print server. We'd like to do away with this. Is BarTender Cloud viable for this kind of scenario?
Now, good one, Lee. Let me bring this up. So right now, this is what's happening to you, where if they want to actually print, they need VPN. Now, there's two ways of doing this, right? One would be using Print Portal and exposing, let's say Print Portal, right? You would expose this to the internet, and then they would log in through there. That requires you exposing a website, that requires IT setup, setting up IIS, making sure security is set up, and you might not have that luxury of setting up a Print Portal, right? Or you don't want to go all the way up to Enterprise, because if you do the internet, then you need to expose it. You need to go through Enterprise. The advantage with cloud is you don't need this model anymore because it's stored on it's on the cloud. So all you really need is what we need is a browser. And through the browser, you don't need any VPN, you don't need anything. All you would need to do is a browse, click and log in, and click and print. Avoiding VPN, avoiding setting up hardware, avoiding anything, right? I think those are the biggest advantages with the cloud. You upload the template as I did, or even create a template from the template library, for example, and then say, I want to pick an asset label. You know, we have so many templates now. You know, I'm going to pick an asset label. And I was working with a coworker yesterday and doing this yesterday, where, you know, an asset label, I'm going to call it asset. We'll do next. I'm going to do data entry for this one. I'm going to skip because you're able to connect to Excel and Google Sheets with the cloud. I'm going to skip and I'm going to say company name, barcode, that's fine. Do finish. This will create a template. Now, think about this. Let's say instead of having to set up a VPN, all you have to do is now go into the cloud account, manage cloud account, and say the label's ready to go. Invite somebody over, and you would invite a user, and this user will now have access to the cloud and ultimately to that folder where we have the mobile printing and then the asset label. Click on that. They don't even have to install the gateway. They could use a printer, a PDF. They will install if they want to print to a local printer, is fine, and install the gateway. But ultimately, avoiding VPN and getting to the template, click fast. What is it? What is the BarTender Cloud? Simple, easy, and powerful, right? That's what it is. You know, we want you to get to your template as fast as possible. So you call this LW, and then text line would be test, and then the barcode data. No, that's not gonna work. They're gonna do this, okay? And then print. And this will spool up to my barcode printer A. And then there we go. That's the power of the cloud. We wanna make your life as simple as possible, and onboarding people and clicking and printing shouldn't be a problem when you do it to the cloud and you avoid VPN and you avoid setting up hardware. I hope that answers the question. I think it kind of does, right, Lynn? Or if
I think it did. And if you do have follow-up questions on that, a great way of getting more information and more specific answers to your questions is to actually engage us in a conversation. And you can do that by contacting us through either sales@siegelscientific.com and asking for a session with a sales engineer, or go to your BarTender partner. We sell through our partner network, and our partners are very knowledgeable on BarTender and can often help you with your immediate questions. So we have time for just a few more, Roberto. So here's one that I think is a fun application challenge, and is one that especially small companies probably are wondering about. I want to use Print Portal where the users can upload their Excel file as input. So in other words, being able to have Print Portal where you have a template that's tied to Excel, but they want the users to be able to upload their own Excel file. I can think of a couple of ways of doing it. How about you?
I'm confused with the question.
So basically what they're saying is, you know how in BarTender we're able to connect to an Excel file as a database, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they want to be able to do that through Print Portal, but allow the remote user to be able to upload the Excel file. So in other words, they're just providing, the Print Portal's just providing the template, and the local user is then uploading just their data. And to me, the way I would do that is probably not doing it. I could do it with Excel online or with Google Sheets, and just share that shared directory out so that people would be uploading and overwriting it on that. And that would be the one caution, is that it would be overwriting unless you created a template for each person individually.
So I kind of grasp the concept. Okay, so if you think about this template right now, is connected to a Azure SQL database, right? That's not important. The fact that it's just data. In this case, it could have been Excel Online. So when I click print or preview, it's going to go and connect to, and think about this, not Azure, but Excel. Now, I see those records. I have 13 records. So now you think about if you have Excel Online, somebody could go into the Excel Online and add a new record set, right? And in that record set will then show up once they do preview. We'll see record 14. And this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go right now and say, when this thing loads, I'm going to go into my Azure database right now and add a record or 2 records. So when I do preview again, it is going to reflect that new record. So that is what you would do. You would set up a template that is connected, like ideally Excel Online or Google Sheets. And then whenever you need or remove record sets, you just remove them from Excel Online or the Google Sheets, and boom, it will reflect BarTender. This will be transparent to BarTender. BarTender doesn't know you added or deleted records. It's just going to display what is available for it. So right now I'm going to go back and I'm going to connect. I'm not going to show you how I'm doing it, but on my side, but I'm going to go and connect to my SQL database here, my Azure one, not that one. Give me a second here. I'm going to connect. Now, once I connect to my database, I'm basically going to add the record set. And I think this is going to be our last question today, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go in here. I see my database, BarTender Cloud. Then I'm going to see my table. The table that I'm using is called G10, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, yes, it is G10. So I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to say edit all 200 records. My computer response is getting real slow today. Here we go. Not that one. Here, edit 200 records. The first 200 records. And this is where I need a new computer. So we're gonna say, we're gonna copy, we're gonna expand this so I can make sure I have the right digits. Serial, lot, and then I'll go. See, there's only 13 records, so we're gonna do, and we're gonna do product number, we're gonna do 111111. Then we're gonna do tests, so you could see that W and 12. And we're gonna do TS dash, no, let's keep the numbers. So now that is saved on my database, correct? I'm gonna save, delete this, exit. Now let's go back to Print Portal, refresh this, preview. Oh man, it didn't save my changes on my database, but that is basically, you would see the, oh,
Yeah.
what am I talking about? There is the record right there.
There it is.
There it is. There is the number 14.
8787. Yep.
Yeah. I'm only bringing in G10 lot and serial. So, but yeah, you could see it there, the new record that I just typed in.
So with that, Roberto, thank you. And we are going to wrap this session up. Thank you so much for attending. We will be sending out a link to a recording of this webinar, as well as next week we should be sending out responses to all of the questions that we got this week on all 3 sessions. There were some awesome questions in there. And once again, if you have more questions, contact your BarTender partner or contact us directly. You can also come in through if you think BarTender is kind of broken, it's not doing what you think, by all means, if you have maintenance, active maintenance, contact our technical support center as well. And you can do all of those things through our webpage, www.siegelscientific.com. And with that, Stacy, do you want to take us out?
You said everything, so I think we're good to go. Yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. Again, we'll be sending out access to the recording and presentation, so please keep an eye out for that and have a good one. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today and staying this long with us. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.